This week's Piltch Point with Avram Piltch is proudly powered by PureVPN. The best way to protect your privacy online is with PureVPN. You can hide your online activities, say goodbye to regional restrictions, and improve your streaming quality. Plus, it's available for almost all of your devices, and to get a special price and a 31-day money-back guarantee, you can go to pilchpoint.live/PureVPN. All right. Again, last show of the year. It's almost Christmas, almost several holidays, and that means it is time to talk about procrastinators.
Yes. So, we talk about this, I think, every year.
I think so too.
It's worth going over.
It absolutely is, because I'm one of those procrastinators that needs this advice.
Yes. So the problem that happens is, as you're watching this, whether you may no longer, depending on when you're watching this, you may no longer be able to order something and have it delivered in time to give as a gift on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. So what do you do when you know that you need a gift for someone, and you need it for Christmas, but you can't have it shipped? And maybe you could go to the store, but that could be a dicey proposition. Maybe it's so late that you're heading off to Christmas dinner and you realize there's someone you didn't get a gift for. Maybe it'll be, I'm personally going to a Christmas Day at my sister-in-law's house on Saturday, and I could imagine if they say, "Oh yeah, someone else is coming that we didn't expect," or whatever. "Oh, we didn't realize we didn't get them a gift." No problem, because there's a lot of last-second gifts that you can get people. Now, by last second, obviously, we're talking about digital gifts. But it doesn't just have to be a digital gift card. There's a digital gift card for money to Amazon, because that, or a digital Amex card or something. That's just like giving somebody cash, and that is, don't get me wrong, that's never unwelcome, but it's not the most thoughtful gift, because that's just like giving somebody, here's some money. So I'm a big believer that it's the thought that counts, right? So first of all, to just go beyond the obvious Amazon and Newegg and Best Buy gift cards, there's gift cards for, I'm sure, most stores. You could get them a gift certificate for a more specific store. In my case, I love it when people give me gift certificates to maker stores like Adafruit. Those are more specific than just like, hey, here's a gift certificate to Amazon, where you could buy anything on earth, including toilet paper. But you can also get someone something a little bit more specific. So, for example, for Adafruit, you can get somebody an AdaBox subscription for $60 per box. And what that is I think every quarter they send out to the person an electronics project in a box, and with the tutorials and all the parts that you need to do it. And it varies. So each one is $60. You could buy them a subscription, and then when it comes out in, I think, a month and a half, it will be shipped to them. So another great possibility is to give somebody a game service subscription, because that's something. Now, obviously, you need to know that they don't have it already, and that they and what platform they like to game on. But a really great example would be to give somebody Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. A 3-month membership right now on Amazon is $45. And for these things, what you want to do, particularly on Amazon, is look for the word digital code in the product name, because you don't want a physical gift card. then it's going to be mailed to you. You're not going to get it till after Christmas. But look for something that says digital code, and you can get Xbox Game Pass, you can get Nintendo Online, you can get PlayStation Plus, you can get all these services. So those are really good things to gift somebody. Another thing that you can gift folks digitally is subscriptions to streaming content. So you can give someone a gift subscription to Disney Plus for $80 for a year. You can give somebody a gift subscription to BritBox. That's something a lot of people may not have. $70 for a year. BritBox gives you access to all the BBC shows. So if you know someone who likes British television, all the Doctor Who's, all the old and current British TV shows, BritBox. So Spotify, you can give somebody a Spotify digital card. You can give someone a Netflix digital card. And the Netflix card and the Spotify card are ones where if they don't, they're just money toward that. So if they already have a subscription, they can use it to pay their subscription. And then, of course, they can decide what type of subscription that they want, because there are many different Netflix tiers and there are different Spotify tiers. So you can do that. So gifting someone a subscription to streaming content, whether audio or video, is a great last minute gift. If you know someone who plays a very particular game, like, for example, Minecraft, you can buy in-game currency as a digital code. For kids, Minecraft is a really big one, and Roblox is a really big one that you can get digital gift cards for. You also can buy someone an actual game. You can find a download code for a game. Amazon has these. I believe you can do it with Steam also. You can buy a digital code, and then you can give someone the download code. Now, of course, to make this nice, if you have a printer, I would suggest printing out a nice little card and printing out the digital code and putting it in there, rather than just forwarding an email to your giftee. But these are all digital things that you can very easily give to someone that they will really get a kick out of and find useful. Finally, I want to mention, if you are listening to this or watching this and you have a 3D printer and you have a few hours before you have to give someone your gift, you could always 3D print them something. And with that in mind, I want to show you really briefly that, oops, that's not how I wanted to show it to you. I want to show you really briefly that we have an article on Tom's Hardware about 10 great ornaments that you can 3D print right now.
What a great idea.
If you've got a standard FDM 3D printer. These take anywhere between 2 and 16 hours to print. And you could print one and bring it to your giftee as a gift. I mean, you could 3D print anything, but an ornament is always a nice touch. So that's on our homepage. We have examples of a TIE fighter, a Minecraft creeper, a Death Star. These are all ornaments, but they're cute little models. A Hypno Mistletoe, an icicle, a kaleidoscope ball, a little bell, something that looks like a tangled spool if you're giving it to someone else who 3D prints. Or even a tree topper. So that's another way. Which if you've got a few hours and you've got a 3D printer, you can make a neat gift for someone.
I love that one. I'm not going to lie. I love that. I had not considered doing that, but now I will.
Do you have an FDM printer handy for doing it?
I've got that 3D printer that I haven't set up yet that I bought a while back.
Now, my best advice for this is like for whichever one you're going to do, you got it. It seems like it's going to really ride on how good the filament is,
Hmm.
right? So one of the big issues with 3D printing, as we've discussed before, is a lot of people just get a single boring color and they print everything in it. Then, if you want to make the uh, the ornament look exciting, you're going to have to put primer on it and paint it, and that's quite a project. What you might want to do is either have a couple of bright colors, because some of the projects involve using more than one filament roll, or maybe getting something like this, which is, well, this is technically multicolor, not rainbow color, but you could get rainbow color or multicolor filament, where after a certain number of layers, it changes color. So it gives you kind of a gradient effect.
That's a cool idea.
So, anyway, yeah, I think I've got to put that filament in my printer, and I'm going to try printing out some of these things, starting with the Minecraft creeper head. Although I would
For
really like a
sure.
nice shiny green, like we showed in the picture, and I don't have a shiny green like that. So right now, so it's it's tempting for me to order some more filament to get that, because you definitely want like a silky color filament as well. Um, you don't want just a boring matte for these.
Gotcha. And I just want to make sure. Did I see Hypnotoad on there?
Yes,
I thought so.
yes,
Okay.
Hypnotoad.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
I'm not very familiar with Hypnotoad, but our writer is. So our writer, Denise, who wrote Bertacci, who wrote this for us,
uh-huh.
I guess is familiar with the Hypno So this is another one that looks really good because of the what filament the green filament she used. I actually got to ask her exactly which brand of filament she used for that. But these silky filaments are great for models like this. Not so great when you're printing something practical like a box. But that's why if you're a real 3D printing aficionado, you gotta have a lot of spools.
Oh, I'm looking at Hypnotoad on your website right now. That's the one that's being printed. We were just talking about John DiMaggio in the last segment, and so any Futurama reference is going to be a win for me. Uh, anyway, wonderful. Obviously, you've got that on the website, and I have to imagine you've also got the other one.
Yeah, we will have the last. We do it every year, but I'm gonna update the last minute gifts. I think tomorrow. Last minute, last second. I guess it depends on how close you are to having to go give it to someone. But yes, we will have an updated version of that, because we do it every year. But the ornaments is there, and highly recommended, because there's a lot of cool things you can print out. Getting someone an ornament is kind of a nice gift. They can, if they've got a tree, they can go and
Yeah.
hang it right away.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a cool idea, and I'd love. I'm not gonna lie, with these little Christmas trees I've got here, what I'd love to do is get like a translucent filament, which I know exists because I've got a friend who's doing
Yeah, you can get a
LED
translucent.
diffusers for LED screens.
Hmm.
I'd love to do things that could stick into these little holes so that they'd look like ornaments as well as lights. Because I have a
Yeah,
problem.
I mean, you can easily, like, you definitely, the translucent is great, especially if you were to put something electronic in there, like an LED light.
Hmm.
That would be pretty cool. So definitely check it out. I am very sad. I would have really loved to have brought on this show my Raspberry Pi Christmas tree that I ordered, and I hope I get it before Christmas. But it's looking it's looking bad. The
Mm.
I ordered it from the UK, from the only site that has a site called Pi Hut, and I didn't pay extra for rush shipping. I paid for Royal Mail, and that was like a week and a half ago. And I have to admit, these things sometimes take 2 or 3 weeks to get here. So maybe I should have paid more, but I didn't care as much about it as I should have. There is a thing where it is a RGB Christmas tree that is a Raspberry Pi hat. It is just an expansion board. You pop, so it's not very big. It's not this big, but you can control it and have an RGB Christmas tree on your desk. I thought, maybe I'll bring it into work, just leave it there to entertain everyone in the office. But we'll have to see if it arrives.
So I guess what you're saying is it'll be fun, but not quite your PieCast guest level of fun.
Yes.
That was wild.
Yes. Oh, yes. That was really cool. We've got I should mention just real quick that we've got a really spectacular guest this coming Tuesday. We have the folks from Adafruit themselves coming on
nice.
to talk about both the CircuitPython programming language, which they make, and their new, I think they're going to talk about their new Keeb RP2040, which is a RP2040 board that is designed specifically to help you. I'm holding up a Pico like it's the same thing, but it's not. But an RP2040 board that allows you to make your own keyboard. So, and we've said before that you can get things like this that control a bunch, but I think this one will actually let you do it with 100 keys or whatever. So
nice.
I think but we'll learn more about that on the broadcast, and always really cool to have them on.
And that is Tuesdays
at 2:30 Eastern, and you can find it on the Tom's Hardware YouTube channel.
Fantastic. Well, I think that I like to watch, and this last week was a wild one. That was so much fun to watch.
Yes. A guy had, for the people who haven't watched it, the guy we had on, he has just a crazy, 120,000 light Christmas display at his house in Massachusetts that's powered by 4 Raspberry Pis. But just the whole thing is just really wild. I don't know. He said his neighbors are totally cool with it. It plays really intense, like an 8-minute music thing every half hour.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to believe that his neighbors were cool with it, but more power to them, I guess.
You don't know how soundproof their houses are.
I mean, he said that across the street there's an entire apartment complex and they have not complained. So, I mean, some of it is that you can tune in. He's broadcasting on FM, on a local FM channel, but he also said there are speakers there, and if you go by and press the button or something, there's a button in front of his house, it'll play it. I would absolutely drop by to see that if I was living in Massachusetts. So.
Yeah, for sure. Watching the video of it in action was wild. I would love to see it in person. It's just absolutely crazy. But anyway, obviously we enjoy that kind of stuff, which is why you do the show in the first place. But as always, Avram, appreciate the advice as a known procrastinator. These types of things are always helpful to me, and a lot of the things that you mentioned are the kinds of things that I personally would appreciate. So, that seems like an all-around win for me, and obviously for a lot of other people. This is our last Piltch Point, I think, before 2022, until probably after CES. And so to all of our Piltch Point viewers, we've appreciated you here in 2021, and we will see you back in 2022. And until next time, well, no, I guess that's the other show. So Piltch Point viewers, have a good new year, and we will see you after CES. Hello, YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Piltch Point with Avram Piltch. If you did, please subscribe to our channel, and of course hit the notification bell since subscriptions don't mean much on YouTube anymore. And if you've got topics you'd like us to discuss in the future, we'd love to hear from you in the comments below. If you don't want to follow us on YouTube, that's okay. There's a lot of other ways that you can follow our content. You can find all of that by going to plughitslive.com/subscribe. There you'll see all of our shows and all the different ways that you can watch, listen, and follow along.